she came home.
Carlyle's lost an empire. You fall hard enough, you tend to be reminded of what truly matters. So, the end of the line. You ready for this?
Are you? Who will you be, without a score to settle?
I guess the world's most wanted fugitive will have to do.
Alexa Carlyle is dead. According to the funeral invitation, that is. So naturally, it caused quite a stir when the late matriarch turned up at the breakfast table, alive and kicking. Carlyle, wisely sensing that her number is up, has emerged from exile to tie up loose ends and secure the Carlyle legacy. She may be a monster, but you have to admire her due diligence. Carlyle descends from an ancient line of warrior aristocrats. Her great-grandfather made a killing in the Second Opium War and established an empire in shipping, railroads, and newspaper publishing. While largely unknown to the public, the family still asserts its quiet dominance over global transport and logistics, media, and technology. Most senior of the partners, Alexa Carlyle, is cold as ice, tough as nails, and sharp as a razor. Incidentally, it was her late father who first brought the three families together after the end of World War II at this very house, meaning that this gentleman is the birthplace of Providence.
It began here, and it ends here. Talk about poetic.
One more thing. According to our intel, Carlyle keeps a case file on the Constant. Information that may be helpful in his recapture, so don't leave the estate without it.
Right. Happy hunting, 47. See you on the other side.
Thornbridge Manor, the Carlyle family's home for countless generations. The Revenant Alexa Carlyle and her 3 adult children, younger brother Zachary, grandson, and daughter-in-law, are all gathered to conduct Carlyle's sham funeral. Curiously, Carlyle summoned a famous London PI soon after arriving this morning, but his purpose at Thornbridge is yet unclear. Now, the target knows that you're coming, and her guard detail is top-notch. So Mr. Gray will secure their nearby field HQ and intercept all calls going in and out of the estate. Any appeal for backup is going to fall on very deaf ears. Good luck, gentlemen.
This is a private area, sir. Phineas Whitmer, private investigator. I have an appointment with Madame Carlyle. Please wait.
Mr. Whitmer is here to see Madame Carlyle. You can go right in.
That is Phineas Whitmer, the famous private investigator hired by Madame Carlyle this morning. I'm curious why he's here. Maybe you should do some detecting yourself, 47. A famous private investigator summoned by Alexa Carlyle has arrived at Thornbridge Manor.
Hey, mister.
If you take his place,
you again?
it may be an opportunity to get close to Madame Carlyle.
That's it! Stop right there! Last chance! Don't fucking ignore me, pretty boy! What the hell are you, buddy?
Thornbridge?
This is a private area, sir. Phineas Whitmer, private investigator. I have an appointment with Madame Carlyle. Please wait.
Mr. Whitmer is here to see Madame Carlyle. You can go right in.
That is Phineas Whitmer, the famous private investigator hired by Madame Carlyle this morning. I'm curious why he's here. Maybe you should do some detecting yourself, 47. A famous private investigator summoned by Alexa Carlyle has arrived at Thornbridge Manor. If you take his place, it may be an opportunity to get close to Madame Carlyle.
Okay, back to business. Mr. Whitmer, thank God you're here. Can I take you to Madame Carlyle?
Please do.
If you'd follow me. I know I oughtn't say anything, but I'm so relieved you're here. Everything's just so strange. Preparing for Madame's funeral, and then she turns up alive. But then the awful business with her brother Zachary, and all this security. I've never seen the place guarded like this, and and I dare say I don't like it at all.
Oh, by the way, I told Kate about those texts.
What did she say?
Well, I thought she'd be mad at me, but she just thanked me. Said she understood the position I was in. We had a really good talk about it.
Has to be patted down before
What
you
did I
see
tell
Madame
you?
Carlyle
She's
inside.
a sensible woman.
Oh, I
And that stuff from your
cry.
ex was like manipulation 101.
I know. I guess I thought she was.
Sir,
reading
I just
for them
need to
and
check.
freak out.
That's a bit excessive,
Sam must
I
have done
think,
something to
considering the
provoke her.
fact that I
Shit,
spotted no
man.
less than
They're,
2
like,
routes to
really
get
getting
inside the
number
house unseen.
We know what we're doing, sir. Don't worry about that.
Okay.
Whatever.
No good's gonna come of it. Stick to your own kind.
Hey, who is throwing stuff around here? Come on!
There's still a lot to see to, but we're in good time, I think.
I can't deal with all this pretend funeral stuff just now. I know I have to, but Amy thinks she might be pregnant. I'm gonna be a dad.
You'll be fine, Robbie. Kids are great.
Did Alice tell you what Emma did when she arrived?
Tell me.
Elaine says she saw her on the top. Yikes! Stroke.
How are things coming along inside? Is everything ready for tomorrow?
I'm getting a headache from all the decisions. I mean, pram or stroller, comforter or not. Should I ask her to marry me? What if she says no? And then this big funeral thing tomorrow. It's the last thing I need.
I remember how it was with the first one. The ones that come after certainly are a lot less of a worry.
I shouldn't gossip, but that Emma woman is a tad too busy for my taste.
What is it?
She scolded Mary for not making the bed the way she prefers it. It's so unfair. She'd just discovered Zachary's dead body and was all shook up. I tried to tell Emma, and do you know what she said? She said, things will change around here. I can promise you that.
And her son Patrick is just as bad. Look at Rose. He has no respect. Preying on the girls like that.
On top of everything, Rosie thinks she's in love with young Patrick. I mean, that's a breaking heart happening if I ever saw one.
Poor thing.
And that detective asked to come here. Madame Carlyle must believe Zachary was murdered. Why else ask him just...
Who are you? Hey, you! This guy has a serious problem. Hey, you know this guy? Hey, hold it right there!
I'm stop thinking about Emma all the time.
What is it now?
She turned up and demanded he put up in Madame Carlyle's bedroom. Here that you headed the family after all, it is only fitting, she said. Well, great. Which was stunning. No one done it without.
You always led by example rather than by words and meaningless gestures. Like hugs and encouragement.
Damn. No harm done. No need to panic.
Sir, if you want to pass through, I need to check that you're not carrying it.
All right there.
Patrick token to Madame Carlyle's daughter.
Rebecca? Yes. She's insistent, that one. She kept asking all kinds of questions. Who had the other one? Why I gave it to her, that sort of thing. You did make sure she didn't see you give the other one to the butler?
Of course.
How are you today, sir?
So, how long have you been working here?
About a month now.
You're American. What on earth are you doing in this shithole? A girl like you belongs in clubs in London. I bet you're a great dancer.
I don't like dancing.
What about restaurants then? You like food? I know some great places. You should come visit. I'll take you somewhere really good. Spend a few bucks. A girl like you deserves that.
I don't know.
Sorry, but I think
Yeah, what you said.
Listen, Gregory, something's off. Pruitt got word his motion was rejected. We all signed the bloody thing 4 days ago. So I got hold of the officer. He says it was finalized, but then how can it be withdrawn?
Just wait a few days. I'm sure it'll sort itself out.
Greetings, sir.
You want to check on that undertaker in charge of the funeral? I got word he's upset with Madame Carlyle.
I did, sir. It all checked out.
How tall are you? You could be a model.
Right.
I'm serious. I have a friend who's a model. She says that's the sweet, sweet life. You should come and stay at my place in London. We can have her come over. Give you some tips.
I'm quite happy here, thanks.
Let's pick this up later.
Ah, you must be Mr. Whitman. Madame Carlyle has asked me to be of assistance to you. I trust you've had a good look around. Are you ready to see the crime scene now?
I am.
Very well. If you'll follow me, sir. Before you inspect the crime scene, I will tell you this. The case concerns the death of Mr. Dan, Madame Carlyle's younger brother. He was found dead in his bed this morning. The door was locked from the inside, and a suicide letter was found in his room. However, Madame Carlyle suspects foul play and will not accept that he took his own life. I've prepared some information for you, so please do come and see me when you finish
That
your investigation.
is Alexa Carlyle, unofficial
This is Mr.
leader
Zachary.
of the Provenance
To my
Partners,
right.
and last one to be alive.
Aaron Ford Jr. calling from Morgan, Yates & Cohn. I need to get a listing of asset transfers from the Carlyle account HTC depot number 5085. No, I need it immediately. Yes, I'll hold. Yes, I'm still here. It doesn't exist. What do you mean it doesn't exist? Right. I'll double check and get back to you.
This all confirms that Arthur Edwards stole everything from Madame Carlyle. Perhaps you should let her know how bad it is, 47. A locked room murder mystery, 47. I trust you'll get to the bottom of this. Why don't you use your camera to scan the dead body, 47?
Throat markings indicate a rare, short-lived plant poison killed him. Spread shows time of death at around 10 o'clock last night.
You do know your poisons, 47. Zachary's suicide note. Also, a sample of handwriting. It could be relevant to compare to other samples to establish its authenticity. Zachary was shopping for new Wellingtons last night. Not exactly what you would expect from someone suicidal.
Please, no! Don't do it!
A hidden door.
It's a secret passage. This could explain how the door was locked from the inside. A photocopy of the floor plans. Somebody's been researching the secret ins and outs of Thornbridge Manor. I believe you've done a thorough search of the crime scene, 47. Maybe it's time to see the butler. I'm curious about the information he's prepared for you.
Mr. Fernsby, I'm done with the crime scene.
Did you establish a time of death?
Zachary died around 10 o'clock last night.
Well, that means the staff were off duty. And Madame Carlyle and her security didn't arrive until this morning. That leaves Madame's family and myself as the only persons here when he died. And before you ask, no, I do not have an alibi. I was alone in my office at the time of death. Here is the material that I prepared for you. It's a list of the possible suspects and their quarters. Hopefully that will help you keep track of your findings. Please come and see me when you've solved the case, and I will take you to Madame Carlyle.
This is very useful information, 47. So how does one solve a murder mystery, 47? Motive, means, and opportunity, I believe. May I suggest you ask the suspects for alibis? Or perhaps you prefer searching the manor for clues first?
Mr. Fernsby?
Mr. Whitmer, you have enough evidence to present your case for Madame Carlyle?
No, not yet.
Come and see me when you do.
Yo, Anne, what's up? Relax, man. I said I'd get you money. It's just gonna take a little longer. Jeez, and how's that my fault? Calm the fuck down, Ant. You know I'm good for... You know I'm good for it. I'm a Carlyle. I'm made of money. Just lean back and enjoy the interest. Meanwhile, go and have some drinks on here. No, right. I'm gonna hang up. Let's talk when you calm the fuck down.
Patrick Carlyle, can you tell me where you were yesterday evening?
Shit, it's that sneaky butler, isn't it? He ratted me out. Elaine, give us some privacy, would you? Don't tell Mother, okay? She's really tense these days, and the last thing I need is more hassle. I took that pretty blonde, Rosie, for an evening stroll. I mean, how the fuck am I expected to cope for an entire weekend in this shithole? I'm bored out of my mind. If that's all, I think I'll get back to my slow death by boredom.
What did you think of Zachary?
Creepy as hell. No ambition. Imagine deciding to live in a museum. You know, Father says Zachary and Alexia used to be two of a kind. He had a great future ahead of him, then suddenly he just gave up everything. What an idiot. Thank God Daddy chose looks and brains over pedigree when he married Mummy. I don't have to worry about the inbreeding so customary in these circles. So, is that it?
Did you see anything suspicious last night?
No. I reckon Zachary topped himself. I know I would have. Or perhaps Mr. Fernsby. I don't like him. He could have done it.
Hi there.
Gregory, don't say more to that weird...
Emma Carlyle, can you tell me where you were yesterday evening?
Surely I'm not a suspect.
I need to account for everyone.
Well, I spent the evening with my family, but I got an awful migraine and had to take to bed. Everyone can attest to that. I believe I went up when the boys sat down for a drink.
Looks and brains over pedigree when he married Mummy. I don't have to worry about the inbreeding so customary in these circles. If that's all,
Did you see anything suspicious last night?
No. I reckon Zachary topped himself. I know I would have. Or perhaps Mr. Fernsby. I don't like him. He could have done it.
Hello, sir.
I was just having a laugh here. Must admit, it's pretty good.
What if he believes we had something to do with Zachary's death?
Oh, please.
He's circling us. I don't see him snooping around your sister. I bet Alexa said something.
If I could be bothered, I'd be worried about your mental health, Emma. But sorry, I'm having too much fun enjoying the circus.
Gregory Carlyle, can you tell me where you were yesterday evening?
Oh, you're wondering about my alibi, Mr. Detective. Well, I left Thornbridge around 8:30 for a pint with Edward. I wish I hadn't. Quiz night at the inn. On the other hand, staying here with Zachary, my obnoxious sister, and the wife sporting another one of her headaches would have been a fate worse than death. The short of it, Zachary was very much alive when we left. I stayed for the last shout, and I was back here just before midnight. Is that all? Not very thorough, are you?
Tell me about Zachary.
Zach? Huh. Such a sad old sod. A bit heavy on the bottle, but who could blame him? Only company he had was his rare plants and mother, who travels more than she stays here. Honestly, I can't say which is the bigger bore. He's better off dead. Anything else you want to pry from my intricate intellect?
Anything else you'd like to tell me?
Nothing, really. I'm just enjoying the show. Our perfect mother obviously fucked up, didn't she? Faking her own death. You know, she's explained nothing to us. I think she's scared to own up to her own mistake.
Emma Carlyle, can you tell me where you were yesterday evening?
Surely I'm not a suspect.
I need to account for everyone.
Well, I spent the evening with my family, but I got an awful migraine and had to take to bed. Everyone can attest to that. I believe I went up when the boys sat down for a drink around 8 o'clock. Anything else you want to know?
How did you feel about Zachary?
I might as well be honest. His presence was always awkward. But how do you have a meaningful conversation with a man who only cares about plants? In my opinion, Alexa bears some responsibility for how this ended. She supported his self-limiting behavior by letting him live here. Is that all?
Have you noticed anything else out of the ordinary?
Nothing special comes to mind. Except, perhaps, I did get a feeling that Zachary was depressed, not just sad. I suppose he realized that he had no one with Alexa gone. Even Alexa must feel the pangs of guilt over that one, letting him believe she was dead. Then again, guilt isn't her strong suit.
Rebecca Carlyle, can you tell me about yesterday evening?
We don't really see much of each other, my brothers and I. I suppose it takes our mother's funeral to bring us together, and even then, it's not like we sit on each other's laps. Now, let's see. Patrick, Gregory's son, disappeared straight after dinner. You know, I think he might be in some sort of trouble. Edward wanted to go as well, but Gregory convinced him to stay for a few drinks before they went off for a pint at the local at 9:15. I swear Gregory enjoys Edward's discomfort over staying here. I had a conference call with my New York office at 9, so I spent 3 hours on my laptop in my room and went straight to bed afterwards. I don't know about Emma. She did act a bit strange. You know, I bet she was making lists for changes needing to be done once she gets her hands on Thornbridge Manor. Quite the shock she had when Mother arrived during breakfast. Is that everything, Mr. Whitmer?
Tell me about Zachary. Did he act strange last night?
You know, now you mention it, he was a lot more chatty than usual. He wanted to know about my connections in the publishing business. Apparently, a friend of his is writing a book, which strikes me as very peculiar. I didn't think he had any friends. Is there anything else you want to ask me?
Anything else you feel like mentioning?
I may be wrong, but I saw Mr. Fernsby, the butler, leave Zachary's room early this afternoon. And he seemed a bit startled when he saw me in the hallway. It's probably nothing. Oh, and one more thing. Please be kind to Edward. He can only take so much.
Right now, or I will stop.
The butler, leave Zachary's room early this afternoon. And he seemed a bit startled when he saw me in the hallway. It's probably nothing. Oh, and one more thing. Please be kind to Edward. He can only take so much.
I haven't had the pleasure.
She gets plans up when I try to...
Professor Edward Carlyle, can you tell me your whereabouts for last night?
Oh, yes, this dreadful business with Zachary. I stay at the local inn. You see, I prefer not to spend the night here at Thornbridge Manor. My brother Gregory came along for a nightcap. He'd never admit it, but I think he understands that I find this whole thing upsetting and wanted to provide some comfort. I believe we went to the Stag's Head around 8:30. Anything else I can do to help?
Can you tell me about Zachary's behavior last night?
I certainly didn't expect him to commit suicide. Sure, he was upset by Mother's supposed death. We were. But he seemed more engaged than usual. You should ask Rebecca. They had a long talk. Did you know that he hadn't left Thornbridge Manor in nearly 50 years? His plants, Mother, and the staff, all the company he had. If that's all, I have a speech to write.
Did you notice anything else out of the ordinary?
You mean apart from the fact that we came here to bury our mother and she shows up alive and kicking? Zachary found dead in his bed this morning? Or perhaps that the planned funeral is still taking place and I have to do the eulogy? And Mother will surely have a strong opinion on it afterwards. I can't breathe. Excuse me. Yes, blah blah, due diligence, and almost unnatural ability to focus. I remember when I was 7 and the police came to tell us that Father had died in a car accident. You took in the information and then asked us all to wait because you had an important call you'd need to take. I remember how the officers were stunned by your strength and focus, I'm sure. And I have always strived for that sort of control in difficult situations. I've never even come close. I'll never understand how you do it. Yes, I lost a father that day, but I gained a role model of such high standards that it has impacted every facet of my existence ever since. No, she'll say it's all about me. She hates that.
Oh, stop pacing, for God's sake, Emma.
Just
Why
keep
don't
calm.
we get any kind of explanation? It's bloody rude, that's what it is.
Making us come here to play the funeral and then show up like nothing's the least bit strange.
Well, don't get your knickers all twisted.
I'm telling you, she's not fit to be in charge anymore.
Bad news, I'm afraid. We don't have any extra fuses. Ethel looked everywhere.
Oh, you've got to be kidding me. No power, no portrait.
Oh, Madame Carlyle will be furious. She expects the family photo to be done any moment now.
I need this shoot to happen, okay? And I need it to be perfect.
So, Madame Carlyle wants a picture taken. If you were to assist with the missing fuse, I'm sure the portrait would be one for the ages.
Can't we just take a fuse from another fuse box?
I guess we could do that.
Good. I'll finish setting up. Wrap it just before you call down the family.
Good. Yeah, that's a good plan. I'll never get how to live. All the fun
What?
Hey!
body. Oh my God.
Just relax for a minute.
And that solicitor upstairs. Why do you think he's here?
I think solicitors are Mother's favorite kind of people. Can't remember ever having a family event without one tucked away in a room somewhere. Due diligence always trumps family.
I think he's here to cut us from a real.
National scandal is the first form of
How are you?
Sir.
That is the door to Rebecca's room.
Check out. You verified the identity. Everything's in order.
I can see from the log that Rebecca was in a conference call from 9 p.m. to midnight last night.
disturb me with your petty concerns. You are all adults, and as part of the elite, you will eventually have to deal with difficult situations like this. It comes late for most of you, but this is a chance for you to show what you are made of. That will be all.
That door leads to Emma and Gregory's room. A keychain pendant for the greenhouse. What's that doing in Emma and Gregory's room, I wonder? And why is the key missing?
I should
A pin in it, yeah. Sorry.
Yeah. Why do I always do this to myself?
Madam Carlyle wants to inspect the arrangements for the staged funeral tomorrow. What's the delay?
It's the birds.
They're making a racket, droppings everywhere. The Undertaker wants them gone before he'll see Madame Carlyle. He's in a right state. So, unless you want to take on the birds, I suggest you stay clear of him.
Oh, no.
Madame Carlyle is still going ahead with her staged funeral tomorrow, and she wants to inspect the arrangements. How about it, 47? You feel up to giving her the grand tour of her...
Game's horrible. Safer for everyone if I just wait here till he says he's ready for Madam.
I'm losing my reputation for this outrageous spectacle. The staggering disrespect.
Hello, Sam.
Come on, you copy? Come on, you copy?
We have a security breach. Go somewhere safe, now.
Understood.
Come on, come in, you copy? Yeah, I'm here now. No, nothing. Quiet here, over. Roger that, move to that location. Out.
Hello, sir.
You look tanned. I bet... Do you mind? You're really pissing me off. Can you just leave me alone? You look tanned. I bet Mother spent the last week at her Cyprus estate. Am I right?
I'm not at liberty to say, ma'am.
Oh, come on. I need to know what's going on. This affects me too, you know.
Piece of
Emma
junk.
Carlyle in the greenhouse. How curious. Broken lab equipment.
You startled me.
Looks like it was recently used.
I was just, I don't know, thinking about Zachary. He spent most of his life in here with these plants. Not much of a life, is it? Well, anyway, I'll be outside if you need me. If you'd excuse me.
I don't believe for a second that Zachary committed suicide. We'd only just run through his plan for the spring seedlings yesterday.
Yes, sure. But he was upset believing his sister was dead.
I'd say worried about how things would be handled with Gregory and Emma taking over. I said they'd let him stay here, but Ethel was sure Emma would throw him out first chance she got. And now we'll never know.
Oh, my. You're taking this hard, aren't you? startled me. I was just, I don't know, thinking about Zachary. He spent most of his life in here with these plants. Not much of a life, is it? Well, anyway, I'll be outside if you need me. If you excuse me.
Emma Carlyle.
Oh, you startled me. I was just, I don't know, thinking about Zachary. He spent most of his life in here with these plants. Not much of a life, is it? Well, anyway, I'll be outside if you need me. If you'd excuse me. No idea what I need to fix it. Oh! You startled me. I was just...
just need some thingy. Christ, I have no idea what I need.
Oh, thank God. It works again. What a relief.
Emma Carlyle.
Oh, you startled me. I was just, I don't know, thinking about Zachary. He spent most of his life in here with these plants. Not much of a life, is it? Well, anyway, I'll be outside if you need me. If you'd excuse me.
Emma Carlyle.
Oh, you startled me. I was just, I don't know, thinking about Zachary. He spent most of his life in here with these plants. Not much of a life, is it? Well, anyway, I'll be outside if you need me. If you'd excuse me.
Now Zachary working.
You startled me. I was just, I don't know, thinking about Zachary. He spent most of his life in here with these plants. Not much of a life, is it? Well, anyway, I'll be outside if you need me. If you'd excuse me.
I will never again meet someone like that. I can't bear to think what will happen to all his rare plants now.
Oh, you startled me. I was, I don't know, thinking about Zachary. He spent most of his life in here with these plants. Not much of a life, is it? Well, anyway, I'll be outside if you need me. If you'd excuse me.
thought. You fucked up, didn't you? Staging your own death. A major, grandiose cock-up, I'd say.
Be quiet, Gregory.
Well, it shows you're only human, after all. I never would have guessed.
Relaxed. I wish you'd take things more seriously.
What are you going on about now?
This whole situation isn't normal. How do you think it affects Patrick? He must be so confused. I don't like how Alexa's way of running things impacts our son.
Patrick? His only concern right now is boredom. He's too young to appreciate the spectacle of Mother screwing up.
He's worried about something. A mother knows. This concerns his future as well. All this will be his someday.
Exactly. He has nothing to worry about.
Any updates, Fernsby?
Everything is as expected.
Mr. Fernsby?
Mr. Whitmer, you have enough evidence to present your case for Madame Carlyle?
No, not yet.
Come and see me when you do.
Please stay back.
Greetings, sir.
In need of another drink, are we, Mother?
Oh, shit.
No. That's Madame Carlyle taken care of. Time to get the file on Arthur Edwards.
Come in, command. Affirmative. Bagging and tagging.
Emma Carlyle.
Oh! You startled me. I was just, I don't know, thinking about Zachary. He spent most of his life in here with these plants. Not much of a life, is it? Well, anyway, I'll be outside if you need me. If you'd excuse me.
Was in Spain this past weekend during her appearance at the annual Margolis Foundation fundraising. The star was snapped storming the red carpet in a boxy beige crepe dress. Someone should tell Townsend that a charity event to benefit the poor isn't something you should come in costume. Well, once again, I'm here with Bryce Chamberlain. Let you weigh in on this.
Words, Chairman. French. That's how it's.
It seems someone's in a charitable mood today. All right, moving on to our next talking point. Parks actress Demi Preston Parks is planning to go on with a night again. No word on what specifically she intends to get done, but my guess would be a long overdue tummy tuck. Bryce, your thoughts?
Put it as plainly as possible. And if you who are, how many fans you got for win? Scratcher, coming to the kid. Have that many people, especially professional kids, looking up to you. You're obliged to act with at least a little bit of decency and self-respect.
Not my way.
Interest there.
Looking good, looking good.
Anything to report?
Mr. Fernsby?
Mr. Whitman, you have enough evidence to present your case for Madame Carlyle?
No, not yet.
Come and see me when you do.
How are you, sir?
No need to panic.
How can you be so relaxed? I wish you'd take things more seriously.
What are you going on about now?
This whole situation isn't normal. How do you think it affects Patrick? He must be so confused. I don't like how Alexa's way of running...
How are you today, sir?
impacts our son.
Now this is interesting, 47. A letter from Emma's mother stating that Emma is the illegitimate child of Alexa's late older brother, Montgomery. And listen to this. She claims to have witnessed Alexa and Zachary murder him. The plot thickens.
Hello there. Sir.
Do I like him, or do I like the fact he's not another knuckle-dragging rugby washout?
Listen to this, Emma. Your old Womp is in a bit of a snag. 16-year-old received 28 intimate pictures of sexual character from the minister.
Fernsby, everything in order?
Nothing to report. Mr. Fernsby?
Mr. Whitmark, you have enough evidence to present your case for Madame Carlyle?
No, not yet.
Come and see me when you do.
Greetings, sir.
A toast to my mother, the living dead. Wilkinson accused us.
My parents would hate him.
That American lawyer in the... office, did you check his travel documents?
Vetted him thoroughly. He's good.
my heart's sore. You and me both.
Bill, did you find out that the vote was notarized? How the hell did that happen?
No, we all signed it.
I gave it to him, didn't I?
Listen to this, Ella.
Tell me. Elaine, she saw her on the top floor, broking the door to Alexa's office. I kid you not.
I saw her rearranging the photos in the sitting room, hiding Madam in the back, and then moving Montgomery to the front. She's not right in her head. Why would she do that? She died almost 50 years ago. Thank God Madam Carlyle is still alive.
Did all the groceries arrive? I heard some of the delivery people were unhappy with the security at the gate. But why is safe with Ethel? She never misses a step, gossiping and word verbal.
Zachary found dead upstairs. I never thought of it that way.
She should have gone with a better symmetry.
Why do you buy that gossip rag? It's so vulgar.
How are you today,
In need
sir?
of another drink, are we, Mother?
Morgan, Yates and Cohn. No, they revoked the unanimous vote.
Like pen all over again, just without the awkward slow dancing.